Hello friends. Now let us take up the concept number 6.5. This is Java APIs. APIs means application programming interfaces. When we want to develop a Java programmer project, first we understand the problem domain and the solution domain. Solution domain is what are the client's requirement and all that. As I told you, understanding problem domain is like a source and understanding the solution domain is the destination. Through our program, we bridge the gap between source domain and solution domain. Actually, after understanding problem, then we analyze that. Here we have to develop Java object oriented program, simply Java WOOP programs. For that purpose, we have to make object oriented analysis. Object oriented analysis means we have to identify the objects in the problem domain, which objects we have to develop, how we can derive results from an object oriented program. An object interact with one or more objects, by that results are generated. So in object oriented analysis, the most crucial job is what objects are required for us. Then that is a very crucial step. Thereafter, whenever we develop the program, we have to develop it as the composition of classes. Here don't confuse with one thing. Object is the real thing. So in object oriented analysis, we identify the objects what are required to develop a project, and this is the real thing. Whenever we have to develop a real thing, what is the essential prerequisite? You want the corresponding blueprint. For anything, if you have to do something and all that, mentally you have an idea how to perform that. That is a blueprint. Blueprint means you understand in a broader sense. You want to construct a house, that is a real thing. What is the essential prerequisite? Blueprint, the corresponding blueprint. In the same way, in our object oriented analysis, we identified the objects required to develop the project. These are the real things. So what is the essential prerequisite? Blueprint. Now in Java, these blueprints are provided by classes. So how you can define a class, how you can define a program? A Java program is composition of one or more classes. So that means one or more blueprints. Out of those blueprints, we instantiate or create corresponding objects. This point is very crucial that we have to digest. Don't confuse with the concepts object and class. Object is a real thing, class is a corresponding blueprint. Suppose many times I gave this example. Once again I am giving. Suppose you want to define a variable age, then before that what you are writing? You are writing int. So age is the real thing and int is the corresponding blueprint. In object oriented programming, especially in Java, you always digest and own this point. Many people miss this point. They don't have 100% clarity about this. That's why always some doubt is there. They never achieve command. That's why I am repeating this concept many times contextually. That point we have to understand. So Now, what is program? A program, a Java program is composition of one or more classes, that you can understand. Now, what are the main contents in a class? Every Java class contains data members and member functions. Data members and member functions which act upon the data members, and those are encapsulated. Just once again, data members and member functions or member methods, also same name, member functions which act upon data members are encapsulated, means integrated as one unit with an identifiable name, with a unique name. This also, this definition many times I explained, and for the sake of integrity, once again I am explaining to you. Okay, and these are the main members. There are some other members also. In course of our study, I will introduce other members. These are the core basic members. Data members. Data members represent data. Member functions represents functions which act upon the data to generate predefined result. Okay. Now, after this understanding and all that, how we develop a Java program? In order to develop Java programs and all that, Java language provides us many classes, ready-made classes. This is also representing real life. In real life, in order to have comfortable living, we want many services like roads, water, security, electricity, sewerage, drainage, etc. and all that. Many services we require. Out of all these services, some services are provided by the government. For example, transport, roads, security, electricity, water, etc. are provided by the government. And whatever services are not provided by the government, for example, government does not provide your servant maid. Government does not provide your laundry service. So, whatever services are not provided by the government, for them you appoint your own people. Or otherwise, sometimes you may not satisfy with the standard of government services, then you engage them on your own. Suppose government provides you transport, public transport, a bus and driver, but you may not satisfy with it, you want more comfort, then what you do? You purchase your own car and you engage your driver. Understand? So, all services we require in real life can be classified into two groups: public services and private services. In the same manner, in the process of Java programs, development of Java programs, we can avail two types of classes. First group, major group, is ready-made classes. These are provided by Java standard libraries. These are known as application programming interfaces. And as I explained to you earlier and all that, these are there are around, at present there are around 4,000 plus classes packed into 200 plus packages. Little later I explain about the package once again. So, these are ready-made classes. Like in the real life, all ready-made classes may not serve your all programming needs. Then in such case, what should you do? You want to develop your marks report, or otherwise you have to develop your income tax report, income tax return. For that purpose, a standard library class may not be available, is not available. Then what you have to do? You have to develop your own class. So here one thing is strongly suggested: wherever ready-made classes are provided by the standard library, you can use them directly, or otherwise if you want any modification you can do that. And where ready-made classes are not available, you have to define your own classes strictly according to your requirement. Those are called user defined classes. As far as standard library classes or API, we can derive a great benefit, great advantage, because these are developed by the experts and those were tested thoroughly. There is no scope of error, and always they focus on efficiency of the elements. So as far as the ready-made classes are available, you with modification, with change or without change, you can use them comfortably. Where ready-made classes are not available, then you have to develop your own classes. That point always you remember. That's why you have to study Java in two aspects. One aspect is what are readily available. Second one is how to develop my own classes to satisfy my requirements. So in two ways you have to study. And as far as ready-made classes are concerned, by 2016, those are 4,000 plus classes. Those are organized into 200 plus packages. Here, the package concept I have to explain. Actually, no single class is placed in the API. No single class. Actually, those are grouped. Those are grouped depending on their functionality and integrity, and they are called, that bunch is called, the bunch of classes are called packages with a identifiable name. So simply seeing the package, you can understand that that serves a particular purpose. Just for example, Java a lang package. Java lang package provides all language oriented basic elements. Java IO package. IO means input and output. Input and output oriented classes are packed into Java IO package. In that manner, many other packages are available for networking, security, etc., and all that, utility, etc. So in that way, number of classes are organized into a package. So now how to utilize these packages? That may be your doubt. With an example, I will explain to you. You may require an integer class. An integer class. This is the part of Java language package. Actually, why it is in a Java lang package, you can understand obviously, because integer is a primary data type. Int is a primary data type. This is the corresponding wrapper class, and now you see this is obviously in a lang package. Suppose in your program you want to use this integer class. Now how can you identify it is a class? The first character of this in capital. By that you understand. And however, in the first chapter of Java chapter zone, you thoroughly learn all these things. Don't worry about that. Now if you want an integer class in your program, what you have to do? You have to import this package. If you, by importing this package, the integer class is linked to your program and you can utilize its services. What elements it provides, you can get it. And here obviously Java lang provides many classes. You are not very sure which classes of Java lang you require and all that. Then simply you do this. Then whatever classes are provided by the Java Lang package are imported into your program. You need not specify anything. If you particularly know one class like a math class, then this provides mathematics oriented methods, and then if you are very specific, you can import it like this. If you are not very sure and you may use more than one classes from one package, then what is the best idea, what is the good idea is this wildcard. Then whatever classes are provided, not only classes, many other elements are there. In forthcoming chapters, I will explain all the elements which are provided by Java Lang package are imported into our program. We can use them as they are developed by us. So by that, the program development process will be simple, and it will be easier, and it is cost saving, and at the same time it is efficient also, because if we develop a class on your own and all that, there is some scope of bugs. It may not be so efficient and all that. And as far as standard library classes are concerned, uh, those are developed by experts, and those are tested thoroughly and in all aspects, and they focus on efficiency factor. That's why you can comfortably use, and you can make your programs more efficient, and you can save your time, and by that you can save the cost of development of the project. That's why uh, basic principle always what you have to remember is you must explore the APIs, the standard library of Java, what are there, what are not there, and all that. First, you have to study that, and as long as ready-made classes are available, standard library classes are available, you have to import them and develop your project. And when ready-made classes are not available, you have to develop your own classes in an efficient manner. That is the strategy what one should follow in Java uh, projects development process.